So we're cooking a dry-aged Tomahawk Ribeye on a gas grill supplied by my favorite cousin, Matthew Bramlett. Love you, buddy.
Today we're going to be cooking dry-aged Tomahawk Ribeyes on a gas grill. Welcome back to another episode of BluffCityGrub. We've brought you tasty chicken thighs on a gas grill. We've brought you wings on a gas grill. And we're bringing you
dry-aged Tomahawk Ribeye on a gas grill.
Roll the intro. Welcome back to BluffCityGrub. Today we're going to be cooking dry-aged Tomahawk Ribeyes on a gas grill. Greg, you spent the extra money on a dry-aged steak. Are you sure you know how to cook that? What are you going to do to make sure this steak doesn't come out tough or dry?
These steaks, they're going to be a little bit different. We're not going to dry brine them. We're going to add salt and seasoning to them right before we cook them. It's laser flavor. And then we're going to sear them off really quick. So I've been hanging out with Joe all day. He's caught no fish. That's the secret. We got shallots. We got some fresh herbs over here for you. Layers of flavor. On the back end of it, it's going to be delicious.
Why don't you say, Joe, those are all good points. Watch the video to see what we do different.
Joe, those are all good points. Watch the video to see what we do different.
Thanks for falling in line with my rules. You starting to listen, buddy.
All right, Joe, we're ready to get these Tomahawk Ribeyes on a gas grill going.
All right, Greg, one of the first things to having a great steak on a gas grill is to make sure you start with good, clean grill grates. Once you get a good, clean grill, Greg, make sure that grill is oiled properly, which we'll be using our healthy human avocado oil today. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Greg, ready to see some dry-aged Tomahawk Ribeyes.
All right, before we season the Tomahawk Ribeye that we're gonna put on this gas grill, we have a couple of hickory chunks that we put in the smoke box here. You wanna add a little smoke flavor to your steak on a gas grill. Just throw this right over the fire. Give it about 10 minutes. We're gonna season the steak while we're waiting. We're gonna put it on this gas grill. All right, so we're setting our grill up for a direct cook. We're gonna leave this far side of the grill turned off, and this is where we're gonna throw our steak after it's done seared on this side of the grill. Just like our last video, but we have the smoke box here. We have about a good 4 to 6 minutes before our steak stops intaking smoke flavor, so we want this thing roaring before we put the steak on. Just give it a couple of minutes, let's let this thing start smoking, we're gonna get our steak going. Joe, what are you doing there?
Cheating.
If your smoke box takes too long to start creating smoke, pull your wood out, throw it over the fire, let it start getting a little bit of char to it, and then throw it in the box.
Pro tip.
So the Tomahawk Ribeye set out, it's came up to room temperature. What we're gonna do is season it with a little salt, pepper, and garlic. This is a dry-aged Tomahawk Ribeye, so we're not gonna add any added flavor. It's just salt, pepper, and garlic, that's it. We're not gonna dry brine the steak. And the reason why is because it's already been dry aged. The moisture's been pulled out of the meat already. We don't want to pull more moisture out of the meat. So we have a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic here. We're gonna sprinkle it on the steak, and then we're gonna throw it right on the grill. Flip it over, the other side.
Tip number one is skip the dry brine and go straight to seasoning.
Salt, pepper, and garlic. All that seasoning on the cutting board that we left there. Best thing about Tomahawk Ribeyes is meat handles. You gotta love them. We're gonna get a hard sear on one side, about 2 minutes. We're gonna flip it over, get the other side. And those are smoke box. It's got a lot of smoke rolling out of it. Push that in just a little bit. Hear that sizzle? Let that roll for 2 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and check our steak here. We're cooking at 400 degrees. Got a hard sear going on. This steak is probably about 1.5 inches thick. All right, let's go ahead and rotate our steak 90 degrees and let it finish searing off. All right, we're gonna roll for about 3.5, 4 minutes on this 1.5 inch, 2 inch steak Tomahawk Ribeye. Let's see what we're looking like on the other side. Oh my God, looking good. Really good crust on there. Let's get a hard sear on the other side for about a minute and a half. This is not as big as our last Tomahawk Ribeye. We're gonna get a little bit more smoke on there, and then we're gonna throw it off on the cool side and let it finish cooking off. All right, we've twisted and turned this Tomahawk Ribeye a couple of times. Let's get this guy off on the cold side. We're gonna let it roll off for about another 5 to 10 minutes on the other side. We're gonna get our herb butter going. You know how we do it here at Bluff City Grub, layers of flavor, baby.
Let's get some herb butter going, Greg.
Yep, let's do it. All right, let's go ahead and make our herb butter for our Tomahawk Ribeye on this gas grill. We got 1 stick of butter. I'm gonna flake off some fresh rosemary in here, just like that. Just go ahead and pull it right off that stem. Fresh thyme, just like that. Let that melt up. All right, I think our Tomahawk Ribeye might be there. Let's go ahead and check the temp on this Tomahawk Ribeye. We're looking for about 120 to 125. I think we're right there. 123, that's perfect. Let's go ahead and get this guy off the grill, let it rest up so we can slice and serve him up. Just took this Tomahawk Ribeye off, and our herb butter is looking delicious. Now you could take your baster and baste this steak. That's too slow for me. What I want to do is just pour that butter all over that steak while it rests. Season that cutting board just like that. Has a little bit of seasoning already on there.
Here, let me help you out, Greg. Season that cutting board. Oh, there we go.
Oh, look at that. Looks delicious.
There we go.
Oh my God. Layers of flavor. Tip number 1, you don't dry brine the steak. Tip number 2, add a little bit of smoke to it. Just a little bit, just a hint. Tip number 3, we're gonna season that cutting board. We're gonna add aluminum foil tin over here while we let it rest. We're gonna slice this guy up.
How long should we let this steak rest?
About 5 to 10 minutes.
Awesome. Can't wait. It's looking like a beautiful steak.
All right, our Tomahawk Ribeye has been rested. Cutting board has been seasoned. Let's check it out. Oh my God, look at that guy. It's looking delicious. Man, look at this Tomahawk Ribeye on a gas grill. It's looking delicious. It's been seasoned on the cutting board with butter. It's been seasoned a couple of times on the grill. Layers of flavor, baby. Let's go ahead and cut this tomahawk right off of it. Just like that. Tomahawk off to the side. Y'all ready to see this gorgeous, delicious steak? Let's go ahead and slice it. Look at that beautiful Tomahawk Ribeye off a gas grill, dry aged. We like it, we love it. We want some more of it. Add a little bit more butter right on top of the steak. Seasoned. Oh my God. Look, Tomahawk Ribeye, dry aged on a gas grill. Let's see how it tastes.
Tender, juicy.
BluffCityGrub, baby.
Layers of flavor.